this will be good for a lot of our young kids to see, and kind of hear what you guys have to say about the relay and how it happened, and just the motivational side of it. We're super excited about it, and it'll always be one of those great things that you put together. And I don't even know the history really. You guys might talk about it. Like Erison, I don't know when you found out you'd be on the relay. If that was a beginning of the season type thing, or the 2 weeks before type thing, or what. But I know Jonah and Mike and Liam, obviously you guys were all running well. I was at Yale at the time watching you guys, and Erison was obviously killing the 400. So, but it was definitely motivational, and we still use it to this day. So I thank you guys.
Thank you.
You're getting some people close, man. I don't know if I'm going to be happy or angry when you get another team to win. I might be kind of pissed off.
Well, like Liam said, with the time, I think Mike was saying the time you guys ran, my guys come back and say, well, we ran faster than the team that won. I was like, hey, the time doesn't matter. They won. They're better than us. Well, we ran faster. No, they're better than us. They won. We didn't win. It's like, you got to do what the race dictates that day.
They're off.
Oh, so baby. Mike gets out well, right behind U of M, huh?
Yeah, that was the main goal, really. I remember Coach Blue was just like, get out. I don't care what else happens. You just get out. That makes sense. Look at that. The water, it just collapses on you. So I was just trying to run up. Yeah, nothing against Jonah, but our secret weapons in our third and fourth leg. I just got to give a close. That's the in summary of my leg.
Your leg is to not.
This like is good commentary for the setup though, because I think it must have been a couple weeks before this race. Liam, you raced Erison at California, right? And so I mean that was you guys are sharp.
We raced at George Mason. It was our only race in college.
George Mason.
Yeah, man.
I was doubling back in the 15.
You had to
that's true.
Fine, just pay attention to this race. Does anyone else feel like really old with the fact that this video
was very old.
Yeah, look at it though. It's just like that. It's been shot in like not even 420. It's probably in whatever
250.
Yeah.
Pre-HD.
Oh, look how. By the way, Seton Hall. Shout out. The jerseys were fresh. They were like trendsetters. Look how. Right.
Yeah, they went long sleeves.
It's so clean. We have like. Does Junior still work at Columbia?
He retired.
He retired? Oh, God bless that man. He's kind of from a town next thing, but yeah.
Oh, really?
I think it's Junior. Yeah. But, wow.
Mike, perfect first leg.
Oh!
Yeah.
You kept it close.
Jonah, your turn.
Kept it close. Jonah's in the mix now. He gets out hard.
Just trying to do what Mike did.
Yeah, man. You look great here.
Dude, this LSU guy was nasty, was he not?
Yeah, Jamal James. I ended up running with him later. Jamal, I lived in the same house as Jamal like 4 years later. Yeah, I think he might have been, or at least second indoors.
You won NCs? So there were like at least two 800-meter NCAA championships. Did Oral Roberts ever win?
Joe, do you even know who that was? You're lying up with? Do you know who Jamal James was?
I knew that everyone in my leg was a lot faster than me.
So yeah, because Sean Smith.
Yeah, the only thing I needed to do was take the lead.
Yeah, so why you
Because I knew I was going to lose. I
forgot this part. You took the lead? Oh, you're great.
That was stupid.
Short-lived, man.
It was short-lived.
That's the guy, too. The Oral Roberts guy is really good, too.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he might have been a national champ, actually.
Yeah.
So it's been the fastest the year before.
Is Prince Mamba, which one's Prince Mamba?
I think that's Prince Mamba.
No, Prince is the anchor. This is Sean Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, he's a stud.
But Jonah keeps it close.
I'm right on them.
Last time I saw you, I expected you to be
go.
On the lead.
All those reps in the weight room right now. Oh, oh, the burn. I haven't felt it in years.
Oh, it looks like they're going to pull away, but they don't.
Is that Rob Novak?
No, that's
Rob at?
That's Gurr, I think. James Gurr.
Oh, James Gurr.
Now the whole race hits the brake.
Oh, man.
Oh, Erison, come on. Erison, I would love to hear your commentary. I've never heard it before. What are you thinking, man?
Huh?
Don't go, Erison. Stage is yours.
No, I mean, this was like, to me, I didn't realize like what was happening. I was just like, why are they going so slow? You know, it was just.
They know what's about to happen to them.
So it's just packed up. Wait, didn't you say something when you heard the split in your head?
Oh.
Well, it was like, yeah. So coming up on the second lap, I was. You want me to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh God!
I realized that.
Look at those.
I
remember.
I was just like, okay, you know, these guys made a serious error. So.
Erison, you're verbatim. You're after the race. You were like, these cats are in trouble. I remember you telling me that verbatim on our warm down. And you're like, what were you thinking? You're like, these cats are in trouble.
Well, here I thought I was in trouble because I was like, I'm never gonna get out of this. I'm just like stuck in the middle of these guys.
Yeah, you're boxed in. I remember. So I'm sitting, like they line you up based on which place you're in, and I'm in like 8th place down the line, and then all around this turn, I just like slowly walk to the front as Erison passes everybody. He doesn't pass people slowly.
This
God.
is like the best feeling in the world, seeing Liam down inside the crowd going nuts.
Oh,
Still remember that.
What were you
This
thinking right now?
This is the best handoff I've ever had in my career right here.
That is a phenomenal handoff.
A great handoff.
That's as good
You
as it
give
gets.
me. Oh wait, we got to catch this really quick. This Mississippi State guy, he's coming up right now. He points the baton at me right here, and then does a throat slit.
Bigger.
And honestly, if I would have seen that, I probably would have just stopped running right then and there. Like, I would have been like, well, yeah, you're right. I'm done.
That's a bold move for somebody who finishes in 8th place.
Yeah, I mean, he should be worried about who's behind him. You got
You felt great.
This was good, though, me not being in the lead anymore. I didn't like Erison handing me the baton with the lead. That's just setting me up for failure and to get whooped by the Penn Relays crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, you're comfortable here.
Any more track meets?
What's that?
Do they whoop any more track meets?
They still whoop. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
you hear it sometimes, but really hear it.
But now I'm sitting here.
God.
Michigan he's about to win NCAA outdoors this year, but I'm not too worried about that yet. I think I kind of trip right here on the rail, just a little.
Oh, so now you see it and you're like, oh, that's where you are.
You feeling confident right now, Liam?
I'm just trying to finish, but I know I got to beat LSU to the curve, and I do. I bump him out.
Yep, there it is.
He's done. He gets a bow from me.
Yeah, when we couldn't see, Jonah and I were talking about the fact that, like, all right, we could still get a watch. If
You got to get around this guy.
For a team or something.
And this is the 5 fastest steps I ever take in my life.
Oh my gosh. Lightning. Good line awareness. It's like it's further up on the straight than you think.
Oh, that's still fun to watch.
Perfect.
Oh, I was saying too. You pulled off the celebration. That's so key.
Celebration was.
I always mess mine up. Like,
I didn't win any races.
Lots of practice, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, and there we are, being like, wait, what the heck just happened?
That was pretty wild.
And me and Jimmy Weiner catches me, gives me a hug. It's Weiner. I love that dude.
That's great.
You get it every time.
Great video.
Oh, great video. I haven't watched that front to back in a long time. I actually forgot Jonah took the lead. It was so heroic.
Serious question: Would we get lapped if we had to run 10 against ourselves next month?
Oh, 100%. Are you kidding me?
100%.
I would get lapped by myself in my own 800.
Liam, I know Liam. I feel like Liam is still really in really good shape.
If I broke 2, I would be thrilled.
The fact that you can even talk about breaking 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No way.
Yeah.
Breaking 3 is a serious worry.
Oh, I bet Erison can go back to a 4 still.
Erison would, him and I in an 8 would be good right now, actually.
You just put Jonah on anchor leg against Liam, 07 Liam.
What is the over under on our time right now?
So
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
We could
Sounds
do
like we
10
could crack out
minutes.
a 2, at least a 2.
Dude, I don't know, man.
We could,
One month of training
Your
or
chance
like
to break
just straight up,
10.
you gotta meet
today, we could break 9, 215 average, right?
I'm not helping that average, just to be very clear.
We could break 9.
But we're getting lapped at 9 minutes, man.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna get lapped.
15, I mean, Mark, you run it all?
Yeah, I try. I've been coming up with a lot of excuses not to run when it got cold, but now it's nice. I've been running some more. I would say I maxed out at like 30 miles a week.
All right.
That's kind of what I was averaging going pre-winter. Just trying to stay like maintenance.
Talking about running in terms of mileage? Are you kidding? 30 miles.
And
Still a great memory. Still get goosebumps. I watched it again last week, and it's just like, still when I hear "Here Comes Columbia," first time I hear it, just like the first time it's audible, still get the same sensation I had when I was like near cardiac arrest on the ground after my leg. I still get that good feeling.
the PA announcer is actually a Columbia grad. He was like the track team's manager in like the 60s. So he said he was like, we talked to him for that story at one point, but he was like holding it all in, not to actually lose his mind when he was announcing. He's like, it's Columbia.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't hide the
Everything just
emotion.
came together.
Yeah.
And also, they let us take a full lap too. And I think we might have been the first of that day. Everyone took like half laps. We were just like, and then every time we threw hands up, the crowd went nuts. They were like primed from like USA versus Jamaica, like a couple weeks before, probably, you know.
Everyone was
It was, like,
shocked.
perfectly primed for that kind of performance. It's great.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I think I have it up.
Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I didn't put it up just for this. I showed Mike like when we did our one-on-one, but that's so there. So
Is that that's the same one, the 2001?
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
So they gave us the year 2000, but it was actually 07.
Nice.
That's still on the bookshelf.
You reach into like the bin, they're all like greasy batons in there. The paddock area sucked. Worst baton area of any meet. Legendary.
Yeah. Do you remember when they asked us if we wanted to go into the second heat right before the race?
No,
Yeah,
that was another year.
That was the year before.
That was the year before. The year before they said.
No, that was that year. I never ran a 4x8 before that.
It was not that year. I promise.
100%. They were asking to break it up.
No, because we got 6th the year before. There's no way.
I was in the stand watching.
They were asking everybody. They were like, "Who wants to run in the second section?" Because they were going to break it up.
That wasn't this year. That wasn't that year.
100%.
Then didn't you? You told Penn that they should go run in the second heat,
Yeah,
right?
I told you guys, you guys want to go in the second section.
I remember the year before they said, you guys are going to go run in the second heat. And Wood goes, put my guys in the first heat. They said, well, you're going to be at the end of the back of the pack. And he's like, screw it, put him in. And we took 6th. And that's why we had AF. We had the number AF because we took 6th the year before.
I remember, but I'm talking about.
We were going to get top 3 and get a watch.
No. This time they were just asking because they wanted to break it up. So they want to like see like where were they going to pull the line for like the Championship of America section. They weren't telling them like, okay, you guys have to go to the second heat. And then Wood, I know, kind of like overrode the decision by pushing it. But this one was just mainly asking people like, hey, would you be more comfortable in the second section? And I thought Penn would be more comfortable there, man.
They probably would have been that day.
Hey, do you guys still keep in contact with Ken Collins? I genuinely, throughout my leg, I was like heading into it, I knew like the gravity of what I needed to do because you could have equally been having this little meeting with Ken Collins, you know? That's really like what I was just trying not to disappoint. I mean, he was such a good captain. I hope he's well. But yeah, that was, that's one thing I understood because I think Mike alluded to before this, but it was just like, what were we thinking? We didn't know our team, you know, until like probably right before. I was even shocked I was on it. But I was just trying not to think about it.
There were probably 6 or 7 guys that were all in contention, and you probably could have interchanged a few of them and had a.
Yeah, I mean, my time wasn't even that fast. It was just like, yeah. I mean, I still understand like what that meant being chosen. I wonder how much time Coach Wood spent on that. But yeah.
I mean, I think he spent a lot of time. It definitely was not an easy decision, but he had, I mean, I think when I talked to him later, he said one of the tougher decisions was Erison, but like Erison's the best 400 runner in Ivy League history. Like you got to, when you're trying to do something special, you take a guy like that and put it on it. Like you got to give that a chance. And he knew that you could close well and keep in it. And like each of us, that was the whole point. Like we all could close well and keep us in it. And I honestly felt like we probably could have changed legs. I'm very happy that I was able to be the anchor and like get that photo. But like, trust me, I think we could have done that a different way too. And it was really, this is a special group, and these 4, like you guys are a part of it. But yeah, we had much more than just that. That's why we were good, because we had, as Jonah said, 6 or 7 guys who could have been on it.
There's no way I could have anchored. I definitely would have been passed. There's no.
I would have blown that.
Pass at the very end. I would have gotten 3rd probably, but I still would have gotten the watch. I definitely get passed. The nickname Slona exists.
I mean, you got you got the inside cover of Track and Field News the next month, right?
Yeah, I remember Coach Wood told us we'd be on Sports Illustrated if we won Penn. He was way off.
Oh boy, really?
Liam, you did make the manual the next year, right?
I was on the cover of the program at the next year's.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I got a few copies of that. Obviously, pretty cool.
It was 30 years before us that an IBT won, right?
Yeah, I remember I said this earlier, but I think I remember when they asked us in the press conference if this was a win for Columbia or the Ivy League, and all 4 of us were just like, Columbia. Didn't even think.
Oh, there's so much rivalry. I love it.
Good question. Obviously, Columbia.
Care about those guys. I remember bringing out the wheel. I remember taking that to the van. That was just kind of like a funny thing that you just go to a crappy like 12, 15 person van with this awesome trophy.
Oh yeah.
I need to go find my watch. Jeez.
Find your watch? You don't have it?
I got it back home in the relic case. I think it'll be so fresh right now wearing that thing.
I got mine actually.
We already got one.
Mike, during our interview, you had mentioned that you asked Jonah what our chances were the night before to win. You want to?
Oh, I remember concrete. I never forgot that number. Jonah, do you remember that number?
I don't remember. Maybe one.
You don't remember the number?
1 in 10, 1 in 20.
1 in 10, yeah. 10. You said 10%. Without 10%.
With that confidence.
I remember and I just was like, okay. And then when I remember thinking about that, like, holy,
I think that number is spot on. I think if we ran that race 10 times, we win it once.
I was upset. I was upset when you said 10%, I think, initially. Like when you said it, I just accepted it, but I was like, really? Just that I remember thinking like that low.
That's good.
But now in hindsight, I think that's very maybe generous, You probably had less than that. So
yeah, I
appreciate the courage.
I thought about it for a second. I was like, 10%.
It's probably like 5, right? Kids, there's studs in that race. Studs. But Liam, you're so clinical that year. I don't remember a race you lost. Even the preceding months and the months after that. You didn't you were so clinical,
Except for the Erison when I was doubling back.
Oh, yeah, I think I gave him the only L for the season.
It's so clear what we had to do.
Wait. I have to point out the fact that I beat Liam in California in the 800 that year.
Was that year?
Yes.
No.
I passed him with 150 to go, and he just groaned and moaned and was so unhappy, and I just beat him.
Jonah was deceivingly quick.
I'm pretty sure that was the year before, man.
No, dude, it was Mount Sac. It was, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Oh, now I got to bring that up, so all good.
Bring it up.
My brain's like an encyclopedia with races, man. I know those things too much.
You're 100% right.
Don't forget Jonah beating you, man. That's a tough one.
I remember that. It was raining at Pomona Pitzer. It was terrible.
Came through with
One was the year before. I was not there for the event.
You look great. And he goes, Liam, oh boy.
I mean, for me, it's just, I feel like every year we text around the time of Penn relays. It's just like, I know last year somebody posted a photo and I sent it out to you guys and like maybe send a video, but watching it together has honestly been like really, really fun. I feel like I was very fortunate in my running career. Breaking 4 was like a very, very cool thing to do in the mile, but this is still just like here, breaking 4, everything else is like, that was it for me. That was the day of track and field for me. And I'm just like watching it with you guys now. It makes me feel old. Yeah. But it was still just awesome. It's still, I'll happily talk about this to anybody, any day.
Likewise, man. It's like it's gonna be tough to follow. I'm still trying to follow up that, all these years later. That's, crowning achievement.
It's been all downhill since that moment.
Yeah, it's good to get that text every year. I'm with you, Liam, on that. Yeah. But we've never sat down really and talked about it, even forever. Like, we don't do often, and it's awesome to reconnect. Like we all have tons of things going on now. But I mean, we share this, and it's so good that we could still, have this conversation. It's good to catch up, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that Jonah mentioned before is that, having all those guys, it was a real testament to like how far the team had come, and then we were able to like accomplish something so big. I think with a program that, had some highlights, but I think that was like the start of like a change of an era. I mean, even throughout like the whole Ivy League, there's been like other Penn winners. There's been like people doing like amazing things. Columbia, I think, turned the corner after that. And I think even throughout I believe there's just been like amazing performances at HEPS across the board. But that moment was like, it was huge for a group of guys who've been working hard for years, and not just the 4 of us, right? Not just the people that were out there running, but like we said, I think it says a lot about how much effort we all put in, and like when it all works out, what it can actually lead you with.
Oh, for me, I was just happy to be pulled along by these guys. I kind of said in an interview, like you go from high school and you're dominating everyone, and you go to college and winning's a lot harder. And unlike Liam and Erison, I didn't really win all my races. I tried really hard and I cared, but the W's just didn't really come. So for me to be, honored to be chosen, I worked really hard. I did what I could do, and to be on this team and to be able to contribute and be part of it, it's just a great thing for me to have on my running resume. My one win at Penn. Got a lot of seconds and thirds and fourths, but this is a nice one to have as my W. So thanks, guys, for that. Thanks for helping pulling me through.
I took it all for granted. It didn't fully sink in, and maybe it doesn't fully sink in like until. I mean, I was a naive freshman. I was like, oh, Penn, let's another race. Well, I mean, until I was at least maybe a junior, senior, I was like, oh man, like. Erison won that many titles. That's incredible, Like I thought this was like, I just took this for granted. Like this is just, I'll take another wheel. We're gonna have 3 more, But it was just like it's the full extent of what we did probably doesn't still kind of fully set in, It's tough. Like even Coach Ireland was on here. He was like, we haven't been able to reproduce, and their program is in a different spot now. Right, I mean,
I wouldn't even make the team.
Yeah, we T2 DMR.
And they'd say, we're all right.
The one disappointment, man, is didn't we lose the IC4A 4x8 that same year?
We don't need to talk about that on here.
I wasn't on that team, but I remember. I don't even know who won, but I remember them celebrating really hard.
One of my second place guys.
Wait, did you anchor that one?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for this. This is wonderful to talk about.
Hey, man, good
Wait, what was this?
IC4As. Oh, it's like
What year?
the flip side, like Penn relays and IC4As, like my heaven and hell. Like, right there. The hell are we doing here?
Jonah, I remember.
I got passed right at the line, like William and Mary, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I remember.
But I beat that guy. I beat him at regionals that year.
The big drop guy?
What's up? He was good. He was fast, whoever it was.
Yeah. I do remember, Jonah, one of the things you said, like, Jonah and I were roommates that year. And I remember one of the things he said is like, we had all those photos of us, holding up the wheel and stuff like that. And Jonah's like, best athletic moment of my life. And I'm in these freaking short shorts.
Yeah. I did hit a 3-pointer in the semifinals, 7th grade basketball championship to bring it to overtime. That was up there. It's like not quite the same. But